How's it going, my friends? My name is Rushmon, and welcome to Gamejolt Friday, episode 56, I think. Lost track again. But anyway, welcome to the Magnet First Night. I'm just browsing for Gamejolt, and I find the second game actually. Downloaded that one first. But then I scroll down and I see First Night. I'm like, alright, I should play that one first, and do a review of it. And I'm just gonna say this: neither of the game's pages had a description, so I have nothing to go off. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is a horror game. I know nothing. But anyway, we're about to find out. Let's begin. What happened to the P plus D? Cryogenic. New game. Click anywhere on the screen to to advance the story. Click the icon on the upper right to skip the next menu. Oh, is this kind of like a visual novel? First night. I saw the screenshots, and there wasn't really many. There was like 3 on the second game and like 5 on this one. Oh, the audio is buggy. I thought it was just a video I watched. Don't really. That video made no sense to me. He had no idea what the hell was going on. The sweat on her brow is making the mask stick uncomfortably to Teddy's face. The mud underfoot swallows her foot, so that each step is a chore to accompanied by such sound, by a sucking sound. The empty window from a towering building on either side stares down like giants waiting for their next meal. And damn is approaching fast. Way too fast. Teddy knew that she will have to find shelter soon, but every building for miles has been some kind of factory or warehouse. Well, fuck. What do I do now? I should keep walking. Oh, it's one of these kind of games. It's, you pick a path. Again. What do I do now? This is not good. Teddy beats herself up for not leaving the city through the suburbs. They can be hard to get around in, but the abandoned houses always have beds. The only downside to the suburbs is that she might run into the previous owners of a house, decomposing in the corner somewhere. Still, a bed is a bed. Tay looks at the crumbling bricks faced around her. This day will not be comfortable. There is no bed for her here. God damn it. This is not good. Not good at all. She knows that the horrors will be out soon, and once they are awake, she has to be out of sight. Life has been hell since the horrors showed up. No one knows where they came from. They just turned up one morning and started murdering indiscriminately. That was several years ago. Since then, the world has gone to absolute shit. There is no safety anymore. No parents, no home. The only thing that Teddy can do is keep moving in the dark. Keep walking if she wants to stay alive. intends to stay alive. She is safe for now in the dark, for horrors are completely blind in the blackness. She has seen enough of them to know their weakness, probably their only one. She looks up. The sky is getting a rosy tint in the distance. But, but that worries her. So even though there are none of them around, she picks up the pace. Maybe she will be able to move a bit by day. Fucking hell, that scared the shit out of me. My fucking phone went off. I don't even work today. Fucking phone. Maybe she will be able to move a bit by daylight. She thinks. Maybe this time it won't be that bad. Teddy pushes against the thoughts. She knows better than most that there is no way around them. That if they are spotted, they attack and they do not and they do so ruthlessly. It is always bad. Teddy starts to run, making too much sound as she does so. They may not be able to see in the dark, but they can certainly hear. And it is no longer all that dark. Her mind is spinning. She has to find somewhere soon. The approaching dawn scares her. She is almost sure that they'll have to sleep out in the open, something she hasn't done in ever. When she spots it, she turns a corner and stops dead in her track. She can see an open door leading into welcoming darkness. Within a little way off from where she is standing. Oh, thank God. Teddy runs double speed over to the door and ducks inside, just as the first ray of daylight kisses the face of the building. Her head is reeling as she makes her way inside. The panic has her breathing heavy and her muscles aching. She tries to steady herself, to take in her new surroundings. Teddy didn't have a lot of time to survey the building from the outside, but now that she is inside, she realizes just how much of a dump this place is. There is trash strewn everywhere, and dark mold has started moving up the walls. It seems to Teddy that this place might even have been abandoned before the world went to hell. But the worst offender is the stench, which is mercifully absent outside. It is nothing short of overpowering, humbling something close to rotten eggs and yeast together into a mix that makes her eyes water. I can't sleep here. Tay looks outside, where the light has really started to stream in, illuminating the world in the cold light of early morning. She shakes her head. No, this'll have to do. Tay looks around the room, trying to get her bearings. She is in a small room, like an entrance or hallway. The place has seen better days, with most of us scattered in various types of garbages. Sorry, I had to burp. I didn't want to do it. Types of garbage. The only light is coming from the double doors she came in from The windows in either door has long since been broken, and there is glass in the concrete flooring. Teddy shakes her head. This place is a dump, but it is just for one night. I should look around, get to know my home for the day. Alright. I know it's just for looks, but it looks like the entire wall is missing, exposing into the outside. There's moss growing on the side of this oil drum, but seems to be empty. So, some of the edges of the moss have started to grow brown. Teddy passively wonders if that could be a sign that the season is changing, but she doesn't know. Teddy has long ago lost track of how long she has been on the run. She used to try and keep count of the months so that she could know when her birthday was. When she realized that no one would be there to celebrate for her, she stopped caring. The only thing she keeps track of now is what season it is and what type of food she can get from nature. I guess this is the only bit of nature I am going to find here. Teddy gestures at the moss, even though there is no one there to whom she is talking. Even so, Teddy giggles and turns away. There are other things in here that need to be investigated. Oh, some of the artwork. Yeah, now I expect something from Vandals, but yeah. When Teddy tried to open the door to this room, it catches on something, only slightly opening. What the? Teddy tries to peek inside from a somewhat open door, but it is hard to tell what's in there, as something is blocking the view. She tries to push against the door again, but there is no give. Annoyed, she stands back and tries to kick the door, but still it stands firm. Okay then. Teddy takes a couple of steps back and readies herself. This will be unpleasant. 3, 2, 1. With that, she lunges at the door with all her might. The door makes a pain sound accompanied by a loud screech, but gives way all the same. Teddy quickly realizes her mistake and takes a quick look outside. The sound would have attracted any one of the horrors, if there were any outside. She holds her breath for a moment, waiting for one to come, but none did. Exhaling, Teddy looks back at the door, which is now fully ajar. It suddenly doesn't surprise her that this door was jammed. The room is locked, and absolutely full of crap. Stepping inside, she notices that there is stuff piled on top of stuff. Teddy wonders, not for the first time, what this place used to be, because it seems more and more like a literal dump with each second. Teddy looks around. The stuff that fill the room floor to ceiling is strewn in a particular order. There are old microwaves on top of broken armchairs and moth-eaten sheets dra- draped over open refrigerators. Why? It is the only question she can think to ask. This wouldn't have made sense even before the world went to hell. What was the purpose of placing like this random crap storage? This entire building gives her a headache, and not just from the smell. She wishes she could make sense of any of it. I'm guessing someone was hiding in here, or just some weird vandals from before the horror, or whatever the hell this apocalypse is. Tired, Teddy closes the door and turns away from the room. Teddy approaches a double door leading beyond the first room with some trepidation. She doesn't know what is behind this point, and not knowing scares her. Is she safe? Has she cracked? Has she checked everything? Does she know where she is? Does she know where she is? She feels her belly rumble, as if a beast has settled in there. Teddy closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and runs through the checklist in her head. It helps to keep organized, she tells herself. Come on, Teddy. You know this place. What's behind the other door? Osuna, a mess beyond belief. The source of a smell. Nothing. It led outside. A sauna. Teddy chuckles at her own joke, but it doesn't make her feel any better. She does like the not knowing, but pushes it aside for the time being. Enough of that. Teddy Teddy, uh, Teddy squares her shoulders, trying to tame the beast that has taken longing in her stomach. Whatever is beyond those doors can be that couldn't be that bad, she tells herself, but it doesn't help. She hesitates. Is there something she is forgetting? What was it about that chair? It was broken. It was a throne fit for a king. Reminds her of home. It never even existed. Teddy quickly recoils at the thought of home. Best not to think about it. Best to focus on the door in front of her. Okay, just one more. She knows that she is stalling, but the list is calming her down. Like the beast in her belly, it slowly begins lulled to sleep. What was in the shopping cart? The four horsemen of the apocalypse, food and drinks. It was empty. Candy wrappers and crap. Ted doesn't really remember, but maybe there was some kind of food in there. Teddy almost wants to go back and have a look. Teddy turns around. Something was off about that list. She's not sure that she got everything down just right. Wait, you want me to go back here and check to see what's in that room? Once again, she tries to figure out why anyone would put all these things in here. What's the point of it? Look through it all. Maybe she'll do it next night when she isn't so tired. Who knows? Maybe there's something in the mess. But right now, Teddy figures she has seen everything she needs to. Open the door, Teddy. Teddy approaches the door leading beyond the first room. She doesn't know what's on the other side. Is she safe? A sauna. Oh, that. Alright. It was broken. Tay looks around. Most of the stuff is in here is broken. I think I saw a broken chair in here somewhere. Okay, just one more. She knows she's stalling. What's in the shopping cart? Tay isn't completely sure, but she reckons that it would be empty as usual. Useless. Just like everything here. Tay turns around. Something was off about that list. Is there an actual shop? Oh, I just see the shopping cart. Tay walks over to the shopping cart that has been vaporized, starting in the corner of the room. Yet another thing that seemed like it could belong in a place like this. Alright, what do we have here? Nothing answers her but dead silence. Not that she had expected any different. Her own voice had become the only companion that she has anymore. The only sound she ever heard. She talks to herself, out of habit, more than anything else. As a way to break the constant silence that hangs over everything. They took everything when they arrived. Friends, family, home, everything. But after a while, when you have been on the run, you start to notice the little things they took. The things that they didn't notice while grieving. The horrors took the sound, leaving the world cold and silent. There is no music, no laughter, just you, talking to yourself. Tay shakes her head and focuses back on the shopping cart. She first discards wrappers from the candy bars and blankets that has grown a nasty mold and on parts consistent filled with drained parts. She looks at the wrapper longingly. She used to love candy. Anything sweet really. She would beg her parents for it any time they. No. Tay shakes her head. There is nothing for her down that train of thought. Stay a moment. Muttering to herself, bring a moment to respite, a moment of truth. She turns away from the shopping cart, disgusted with herself. She needs to move on. There must be other things in this room. Alright, what chair are you referring to? Did I just walk through a wall? Okay, that chair. Today surveyed the rubble of this place. It seems so random. But while looking around, she suddenly focuses on something. It is a chair standing alone against a wall. Tay looks at the chair, the first thing thinking nothing of it. There are at least a dozen or so of them stacked in here. But as she approached the chair, She gets an uneasy feeling, like she has seen it before. Get yourself together. It's a chair. It takes her a moment to realize why this chair is making her feel uncomfortable. What it is about the chair that is making her uneasy. That's... Teddy looks at it again, and yeah, it is just like the ones she used to have at home, before the horrors came. Before the world went to shit. Teddy stands for a while, transfixed, as if she is waiting for the chair to jump up and attack her. But the chair is not not the enemy. The memories are. She can't help but flash from flooding her mind's eye. Her family sitting down for dinner. Her mom placing the chairs on the table to clear the birthday party. And a rand fight around the table. Flash come fast, and the flashes came fast and hard, and Teddy can do nothing but stand there, staring at the stupid fucking chair. She has spent so much time trying to forget, trying to stave back the memory of what used to be. That is how you survive. It is the only way you survive. Teddy can feel her chest tighten. She is at war with herself. Will she allow the memories to win? No. The hiss comes low and intenses from deep within her. Now it is not the time, Teddy tells herself. She turns around, facing the rest of the room. There is the rest of the room to check. Over to Anna. What was that chair? It reminds her of home. Can represent crap. Teddy turns around. Something was off about that, but how is something wrong about that list? That is exactly what was on it. Oh, it's behind me of her door. It must be on belief. A reminder of home. Can't represent crap. Oh shit. The stench is foul. She had so bad that Teddy almost turns around and walks straight out the door. However, she knows better than that. Something could be lurking in here, and it's better to know. Still, she wishes that she didn't have to go further into this place, where the very air seemed to be absoluting her. There is no light in this room whatsoever, so Teddy has to feel her way around until her eyes adjust to the darkness. Teddy takes another step into the darkness, willing herself not to freak out. It takes a while for her to get used to the darkness. Thanks in no small part to the fact that her eyes keep watering due to the smell. When she finally does, she is confused. She is standing in a rather large, elegant room with red steel pillars, even every few feet. The room is filled with all kinds of crap, ranging from old fridges, sporting logs, of sporting logos of soft drinks and discarded furniture that has seen better days. I love how the creator of this game went out and took actual pictures from an abandoned building somewhere. I always wanted to be like an urban explorer and explore old abandoned buildings, kind of like ghost hunters, but I know none in Minnesota. I know there are probably like a couple, but there are like none in Minnesota, as far as I know. Altogether, the place gave off the air of having been long abandoned. Well, as if it's nice. Her words echoed through the hall and bounced back to her as though ghosts are murmuring in I'm stupid. Through the horrendous smell of the crap littered all over the place. Teddy has a hard time keeping her spirits up. Guess I better check this out as well. Teddy takes another step into the room without enthusiasm or much hope. Hello, cabinet. The size of a the sight of a cabinet immediately makes Teddy excited. For a second, she's convinced that this is the kind of place that people keep their food. Ah, come on. An apple, and I guess that's a Switch? I don't own the Switch, so... Oh, that is a Switch. My cousin has one. I remember what it looks like now. Ah, come on. The exclamation was a bit louder than Teddy was intentionally expecting it to be. And she looks around nervously. No one is there. Still, she chastises herself for giving her hopes up. I have no idea when this apocalypse started, so I can't really complain about all the stuff that's here. But I'm just going to say this. I know this is probably the creator's personal stuff, but try to make it look old and worn out if you're going to make like a post-apocalypse game with stuff that's been abandoned for years. I have no problem with you using your actual stuff for this game. I'm just saying, like, it would be better if you actually took like a picture of an old abandoned computer, like one of those old fat white computers you would see back in the 90s with the huge backs, with and the actual computer part with a floppy disk player. Again, I can't really complain. You probably didn't find that in that building you explored, but yeah, I'm just saying, dude. If you want to make it look more abandoned and you want to show this stuff, make it look old. Other than that, I have no problem with this. Will there be anything else in this damn closet? Why would you have an Apple computer and a Nintendo Switch in your closet? The only thing here are some stupid electronics. Teddy surveys assorted wires and things in the closet. The ironic thing is that some of the things in here are things that she would have once been very excited about finding. Teddy recognized the gaming console in there and thinks back to the time when that would have meant a lot to her. A tool to elevate boredom. That was fucking terrible. The laugh is hollow and humorless, but it feels good to let it out. The truth is that Teddy doesn't remember what it's like to be bored. The thing about fighting to stay alive is that you really don't have time to be bored. Every moment is tense. Every moment is a struggle. Even when things are literally quiet, there's always the worry. Tay worries about her next meal. She worries about whether the horse will ever catch her, and she worries for the simple pleasure of worrying. Nah, none of these things would be here, would bring her any joy anymore. But God does she miss. God damn, I can't fucking read. But God does. But God does she miss boredom. She misses it so much. Yes, maybe someone's actually living here. Teddy stops dead at her tracks as she spots laundry hanging. Her heart sinks. If someone is here, this could complicate things. Teddy stands completely silent, still, for a moment, listening to the silence that hangs in the room. Hello? No answer. Teddy stands still for a moment, actually aware of how vulnerable she is in this moment. Is anyone there? Once again, the darkness answers with nothing but silence. Teddy stands still for another moment, every part of her clenched up tight. Eventually, she lets her guard down. If someone was here, she would have heard. She walked over to the clothing, inspecting it. Parts of her is incuriously as though to why anyone would hang clothes here. Clearly the smell would ruin them. She holds the shirt up to her nose. It is bone dry and absolutely reeks. This must have been here for a while. Probably some homeless person. Or someone was surviving here, but then the horrors got them. Tay steps back. She needs to check out the rest of the room, and this was not an encouraging start. That does not look good. Tay stands in front of a. Tay starts to motion, not quite able to place the thing in front of her. Is it a bed? Nah, not quite. For one thing, it has wheels. For another, the mattress, which is overgrown with mold. The mattress. Is that how you say mattress? Mattress is at an odd angle. The word is on the top of her tongue, frustratingly close. It's a gurney. The clouds surround her thoughts, processing, lifts and she finds the word. However, with the word coming lost of questions. What would a gurney be doing here? The rest of everything makes some sort of odd sense, but this. Tay stares at it for a second more, trying to wrap her head around it. These are supposed to be in hospitals, right? The silence that follows the question doesn't give anything away. Teddy turns away from Finn, trying to ignore all the burning questions that she might never get an answer to. I'm pretty sure there used to be a psycho living here when the horror first started. Home sweet home. Alright, 5, 10, 15. This guy's been here. This guy or gal has been here for a while. At the very back of the room, Tay finds what could be described as a apartment. A lousy one. Certainly, but an apartment all the same. A makeshift mattress has been set up with a upturned box attached as a bedside. Tables and a board with an old office chair that's been placed into a corner make as a dining table. The whole scene is kind of cozy. It's in a weird way. It is. If it wasn't for the smell, Tay would even have liked this place. Liked the place. Tay walks over to the bed, inspecting it. There is no dust on the covers, and there are some provisions stretched by the dining table. Someone lives here, and you ever isn't it is can't have left long ago. This worries Teddy. The last thing she needs is some sort of complication with an angry survivor. Teddy looks longingly at the previous probation. Whatever, I can't fucking read today. She is so damn hungry. Her mouth is watering, and she has a hard time focusing on anything else. It takes a moment of hard concentration to get herself back on track. The person who lives here, what happened to them? The sun is out, and the horrors are not here. So either the resident got caught out there, or they are dead. Either way, Teddy will be gone by dusk. So this is not going to be her problem. She looks back at the food, tempted to steal something. Who would notice? Oh, this is a hard one. Where that person is going to come back and see that we stole their food. Or we don't take it and we never come back and we're just going to starve. Oh, cigarettes. On the right. As tempting as stealing food is for survival, the person who lives here might come back. If we take it, they might get angry and try to kill us. But if we leave it, they might be happy that we didn't take it, and they might feed us. So either way, it's probably a win-win or a win-lose. Win-lose if we take it, or a possible win-win if we don't. I'm going to take the possible win-win. Tay leaves the food alone. She would rather not let the person who lives here know that anyone was here. Tay looks back over her shoulder. She is unsure of whatever it is. There is much else to see here. I could go to sleep. That's still a high risk, because the person who might live here could just be a fucking psycho. Especially with that fucking gurney. Now that I think about it. I even mentioned this, like, that's not good if there's a fucking gurney in here. Who knows what fucking thing that this person does? Like, torture and shit? Or they'll be kind, or we're going to fucking kill you in your sleep. Again, we're still that possible win-win if we do go to sleep. Actually, it's probably both. For both. So a win-lose for both, or a win-win if the person who owns this place just so happens to be very kind. Which is by the sounds of it, this has been going on for years. So, oh, this is fucking hard. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Is there a way to fucking save? Teddy yawns. Maybe tomorrow will be better. She might be able to get away from this industrial area and into something nicer. She really wishes that she had a bed or something. She considers sleeping on the bed in the stinky room, a name that she has given to the room with the red steel pillars. But that smell. Will it take a lot of convincing to get her to sleep in there? Even with the apartment at the ready. Teddy walks into the entrance hall, props herself up against the wall, and goes to sleep. You had a fucking bed. Noon. Well, we're alive. Teddy bolts upright, suddenly wide awake. What was that? She never sleeps deeply anymore. That part of her life is over. Now she is always alert, even in sleep. She sits for a second, crawling. Okay, we're like ghost children here. 1887. Craning her neck, trying to figure out what woke her up, but nothing happened. Her eyes start to droop, and she leans back against the wall once more. When she hears it, it sounds like someone is walking outside, trying not to make a sound. It sounds like someone is walking around, trying not to make a sound. The way a child might sound tiptoeing to their parents' bed at night. Teddy listens carefully. She knows that sound, but hopes that she is wrong in her suspicions. You're better safe than sorry. You can always go to bed after you check it out. Teddy feels completely worried. Awake like she has never been before. She looks outside, where the sun is shining down mercilessly. If she is stopped now, it would be the end of her. Teddy gets up, makes sure to make as little noise as she can. She doesn't like this one bit, but there is nothing for it. She sneaks over to the door, her heart pounding in her thoughts, trying to let her mind get the better of her. It's going to be fine. It's probably nothing. Teddy crouches at the door, making sure that she is out of sight of anyone looking in from the outside. She peers through the window, and her heart skips through her chest. At the corner of the building, just visible from her vantage point, she can see one of the horses standing completely still. Teddy quickly ducks back down, out of sight. Not again. Not here. Teddy starts to hyperventilate. She can feel her breath against the mask. Hot and moist. This is bad. This is real bad. This is really bad. Outside, Teddy can hear the horrors starting to move. The horrors have an odd way of moving, like a snake ready to pounce. They will stand impossibly still for much too long, surveying their surroundings, and then suddenly move noiselessly from one spot to the next. That is, if they don't spot you. If they see you, they give relentless pursuit, not stopping until they have you in their grasp. Teddy has seen people try and outrun them, but it is no use. They are both faster and stronger than us. It always ends the same way, bloody and lethal. If you only respite is the night. Their behavior changes at night. They no longer move as they do during the day. They still react to sounds, and they still give chase, but at night, they move as though wading through water. Okay, I think this person has a broken T button. I think so. Whatever. Wading through water. Each step deliberately but slow. You can outrun them at night. You can hide from them at night. You can get away at night. The night has become Teddy's solace here. Safe zone. She feels vulnerable here in the daylight, scared out of her wits. She peers out the window again, hoping beyond hope, but it has moved on. It hasn't. It is standing at the corner of the building, craning its neck, as if listening for something. Teddy stares at it. They truly are terrifying. The horrors look like they were put together haphazardly by uncaring God. Limbs randomly stuck where they don't belong, and features distorted into wild coruscations of normalcy. Whatever, I can't fucking read. Teddy starts to feel sick. This always happens when she tries to look at them for too long. There is something about them that remains unsettling, no matter how used to them you get. She slumps back down onto the concrete, unwittingly jostling some bricks, broken glass at her feet. Fuck! Teddy goes cold. She can hear her heart beating against her chest so loud that it threatens to burst her chest wide open, and her palms have suddenly gone very clammy, whatever. She doesn't dare look outside, but she can hear the soft pitter-patter of a horror approaching the door. It stops, and Teddy can see the silhouette of a horror, casting a shadow on the concrete in front of her. Teddy can hear it, slowly, methodically breathing as it stands just above her, looking into the building. The sound reminds her of an engine winding up down. Teddy feels her insides go completely liquid. As a moment drag on, is standing just above her with murderous intent. She knows it won't eat her. They never do. They seem they seem content to just end lives for no other reason than the pleasure of it. Teddy stares at the shadow etched into the floor in front of her, willing it to move. Suddenly, Teddy hears a crash outside in the distance. The horror reacts immediately. Teddy sees the shadow turns sharply and lets out a loud hiss and bolts off into the distance. Teddy sits there for a second, frozen and terrified to her core. She doesn't dare move for fear that it will come back. Get up. Teddy chids herself for being so weak. She needs to get up. She needs to hide, and soon, before it comes back. Teddy doesn't seem able to. Get up now. She whispers to herself, barely audible, and starts to stretch her legs. She can do this, she tells herself. Teddy gets to her feet slowly and peers out the window. The horror is gone, having gone chase to whatever made that noise earlier. Teddy can feel the sweat inside her mask start to drip down her face. It feels cold and calming in a way. I need to hide. I need a drink. Alright, holy shit, this is a long video. Oh wow, I'm actually really enjoying this game. One second, I still got Gamejolt open. Arty farty, this is a fucking amazing game. I thought it was gonna be. You left no description of a game, so I'm just looking at this like, what the hell is this game? But now that I'm playing it, I fucking love it. It's a decent horror game. The music is glitchy, but I think it's done intentionally to add to the horror. I'm not 100% sure. I know nothing about the creation of this game, but I freaking love it. The soundtrack is interesting. The atmosphere is interesting. The story is so far interesting. Like, it is a mystery, but you know what's going on, but you still don't know what is going on. If you get what I'm saying. Artsy, you are freaking amazing, dude. I'm freaking enjoying this, and I might review your second game. I'm going to play this one first. But anyway, please check out this game, play for yourself. This game is freaking amazing. I'm actually enjoying it. But yeah. Sorry. Please check out this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun. But anyway, if you enjoyed, how about you check the description and check out my Discord and Twitter. And subscribe to Friend Army. Do all that fun stuff. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to work on a new outro. I think I had it in the last part of Deltarune, the beta, demo, whatever the hell it is. But, yeah. But anyway, I will see you on the next video, and I hope you guys enjoy this game. I fucking love it. Alright, before this video hits an hour long, Bye bye!